Ferrari showed in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix that the SF-24 was the fastest car. Failing to repeat the success from Monza left a bitter taste for the team, especially with the heavy loss of points caused by Carlos Sainz's crash with Sergio Perez. The three-race stint before the break ends in hot and humid Singapore, another track where the SF-24 can prove itself. Ferrari team principal Frederic Vasseur indicated in a press conference after the Baku race that if Ferrari had performed well in recent races due to the track characteristics, it was a positive sign, as the team would be racing in Singapore the following weekend, where the corners were of a similar type. At the Monza circuit in the Italian Grand Prix, Scuderia Ferrari introduced most of the updates planned for the second half of the 2024 Formula One season, and so far, no issues related to the functioning of these developments have arisen from Maranello. According to information reported by various Italian news media outlets, Ferrari has once again accelerated its development plans and will bring the new front wing, which was originally scheduled to be introduced at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, to Singapore. The new wing is already on its way to the Marina Bay street circuit, ready to be fitted and tested by both Ferrari drivers, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. A new front wing is always an important element, perhaps the most crucial and central to aerodynamics, as it is the first part of the car to impact the airflow, so it is vital that it works as expected by the aerodynamicists. Amid the controversy surrounding wing flexing, the rear wing of the McLaren MCL-38 has also come under scrutiny, with the British team once again in the spotlight. Ferrari's front wing development work has not solely focused on the aerodynamic side, but it also brings with it optimization of composite materials in the direction of beneficial flexing. The aerodynamic work done by the Woking technicians has made the MCL-38 car the technical reference at the moment, and has clearly brought the historic British team back to the top of the Constructors' Championship after a decade. Replicating McLaren's work on flexing with a single update is no easy feat and cannot be achieved in a short time. The study of composite materials remains complex, since the flexing must activate only within certain load and speed ranges without compromising the vehicle's aerodynamics. All of this must then pass the strict checks that are carried out by the FIA officials. But on this aspect, the teams, especially those with more resources, regularly manage to pass the flex tests. Marina Bay street circuit, like Baku and Monza, remains an atypical track, and it will be necessary to wait until Texas, after a month-long break, to understand if Ferrari has truly found its rhythm. After Singapore, the Italian side will have a break before Austin, so they want a good result in Singapore, just like last year. They are in a good moment and they need to keep going to collect more points than we did in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Ferrari expected to be comfortable at Monza and Baku, but it is clear that the updates have provided that extra boost that allowed the Maranello team to achieve a pole position, a victory, and a second-place finish. Austin will be the testing ground to see if the weak points of the SF-24 single-seater, which struggled more on tracks with lots of medium and high-speed corners, have indeed improved. Having the Ferrari equipped with the full package of late 2024 updates will help determine if the chosen direction is the right one, even with a view to the 2025 Formula One Championship. Taking into consideration the fact that the rules and regulations are being pushed to their limits and the gaps between teams are so tight, these cars are heavily affected by dirty air, a factor that becomes even more pronounced when flexible aerodynamic parts are pushed to the maximum.